What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, look, if you guys have been wondering, why do they keep pushing Pedro Pascal so hard? Why are they constantly putting this cat in every TV show, every movie, every big franchise? Why is Pedro Pascal constantly being pushed up and propped up by Hollywood? What's going on? Why him? All right. What is it about this guy? He's an okay actor, but yet and still we see him in everything. You know, Vanity Fair writes this big slobbering article about him. And look, Fantastic Four, he's in that. He's in The Last of Us. He's in The Materialist. He's in Eddington. He's going to be in The Mandalorian and Grogu. We knew that he was in Wonder Woman 1984. He was in Game of Thrones. They have pushed this man in everything. He was in that movie with Nick Cage, the, what was it called? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's like everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, it's Pedro, 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 Pedro. He's the most overexposed actor I've ever seen for somebody with marginal talent. Why? Why? What is going on? There seems like there's an agenda afoot, right? Well, there is, all right? This headline right here kind of spells it out for you, you know? Shout out to Marvin Martinaro. This is a hell of a headline, man. On thatpartplace.com, Hollywood director claims Pedro Pascal is what we want in masculinity. How did we get here? That is a damn good question. How did we get here where Hollywood is trying to push this dude as the face of Hollywood masculinity? This is what we want, all right? This dude with this scarf right around his shoulders, these little problem glasses and everything. This is who we want. Yeah, this has actually been a long time in coming. This ain't new, all right? You guys can look at this article on Men's Health. This was a couple of years ago. Men's Health, how Pedro Pascal became a symbol of modern masculinity. Now, look, I think we can say safely that anytime we see this word modern being used, just replace it with bullshit or shitty or trash. And, oh, okay, it makes more sense because anything modern is trash. All right. Modern Hollywood, trash Hollywood. Modern audience, shitty audience, or an audience that don't even exist at all. All right. Modern masculinity, shitty masculinity. It all lines up now, don't it? All right. And it says, the actor is defying machismo and setting a new example for Latinx men.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So, look, all my Latino viewers, all right? I know it's a few of y'all out there. My Latino viewers, is this your guy? All right? Is this man representing you? Is this your king? Is this your king? Yeah, man. Bro, man, what are they talking about, man? When did Pedro Pascal become the face of anything masculine? This is absolutely retarded. Back in my day, all right, and sounding old, but we had like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, we had Carl Weathers. We had Sylvester Stallone. We had Wesley Snipes. You know? Like that was the face of masculinity, all right? That's what we wanted out of masculinity, not this dude. This is absolutely embarrassing. But again, there's an agenda afoot. There's a reason why they're doing this. And the reason is, oh, okay, you know, this type of man is a man that can be handled, a man that will bow down and bend the knee to whoever tells him to. And this is what we want in masculinity. We want men that are not masculine, as a matter of fact. We want men that are very effeminate and soft. You know, because that's how we get our way. That's how we push through what it is that we want to do. Remember all of the talk about quote unquote toxic masculinity? You know, how toxic masculinity is just masculinity. I mean, let's just be honest about it. But see, what they want is they want to replace that masculinity, some actual masculinity, with this masculinity. Okay. They want to replace it with modern masculinity. All right. Shitty masculinity, bullshit masculinity. All right. That's the way it all works. See how it all makes sense now? Toxic. No, it's not toxic. Just regular men doing man shit. But see, once you replace it, you get some different masculinity going in. Yeah, that's how you end up with bullshit like this. All right. You guys remember the whole rainbow colored rod bullshit that was going down? Y'all remember this? All right. Steph from My Nerdy Home, it posted it up. Pedro sitting up here gyrating and dancing and licking a rod. All right. And what did I say at that time? Again, there is a concerted effort to elevate Pedro, and we are starting to see why. Okay. They are pushing modern masculinity, and they're trying to make this guy the face. And remember, it gets embedded into the culture. When it's in Hollywood, it starts permeating itself through the culture. It's not just, oh, it's just in Hollywood. No, no, no. It spreads from Hollywood. It goes out from Hollywood. And people start picking it up. And Pedro Pascal's star begins to rise. And people say, hey, I like Pedro Pascal. And then when they see this shit, they'll be like, hey, you know, maybe I should be dancing and doing some bullshit like this. You know? Again, it's all insidious. And then once, what happens is this. Here's what happens. Then when the world is all chaotic and people are just like, hey, man, what's going on? How come people don't know how to act right? How come we have more crime? How come we have, you know, like there's chaos in the world? What's going on? Why has society fallen? Oh, and then like I always like bringing this up, okay? Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. That's where we are. We're at the 4th level, in case anybody was wondering. Are you sure about that? Oh, I'm very sure about that. We are at this bottom one right here. And it's all because there is an agenda to push this shit. Now, they don't think that they're creating hard times. They think they're making the world a better place. Oh, let's effeminize all the men. Let's take all of the masculinity out of the man and leave him like this dude right here, all right? Let's have this guy as the spokesperson for masculinity. It's absolutely retarded. But yeah, I want to go back and just kind of touch on some of these points of that Marvin put up here, what we want in masculinity. Bro, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, let's check this article out. Filmmaker Spike Jonze recently declared that Pedro Pascal is what we want in masculinity. That statement isn't just a compliment from a director to an actor. It's a declaration of Hollywood's new agenda. The traditional male archetypes that once defined the big screen, John Wayne, Chuck Norris, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, have been traded in for thigh-high boots, designer crop tops, and tear-streaked monologues about personal trauma. Oh, it's not just that either, too. I mean, all of that is true, yes, but remember, he's also about the agenda that Hollywood wants to push, okay? This man comes out and says something every other week about the LGBTQ, pushing LGBTQ stuff all the way through. He got the trans brother, sister, whatever it is, all right? He got that trans stuff. He's constantly on the attack, attacking J.K. Rowling left, right, and center, okay? A woman that's standing up for women's rights. See, he got to go against the grain. No, no, no. We hate women's rights all of a sudden. At least that's how Pedro Pascal comes off. J.K. Rowling trying to keep women-only spaces just for women, actual biological women. And Pedro Pascal, nah, that's wrong. We can't have them rights. It's absolutely retarded shit, man. But again, that's the agenda, right? The LGBTQ agenda is to blur those lines. So there's no difference between a woman and a man, all right? He's also big on immigration, right? He's big on the immigration shit. He hates conservatives openly hating conservatives. He checks every box for Hollywood. Woke Hollywood loves this dude, and that's why they push him in front of everything, and they're trying to normalize all of his weird-ass behavior. You know, that's what they want to do with it. You know, motherfucker dressed. Look like how he's dressed right now, man. This is what they want to push. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Pedro Pascal didn't just happen to become famous. He was chosen, exactly, propped up, marketed, and now he's the face of a cultural overhaul. From warrior to wardrobe, Jonze' praise comes at a time when Pascal's image has become inseparable from his fashion statements. Whether it's Saint Laurent, thigh-high boots, I still can't get over that, on the red carpet, a lipstick red Valentino suit at the Met Gala, or a pantsless Prada spread in Vanity Fair, the message is clear. Masculinity isn't about strength in Hollywood. It's about style. It's about presentation over protection and flamboyance over fortitude. Yeah, it's also about, I got to hold this woman's hand when I walk out on stage, you know, because I have social anxiety. You know, so it's okay, men. It's okay to be a little soft and a little weak and a little effeminate and have to lean on to a woman, hold on to this woman, you know. You can't just be a man in and of yourself. Nope, you need a woman right there that you can hold on to her, you know, and kind of prop up yourself and be a man that way. It's like, man, come on, bro. Like, men are supposed to be the leaders. Again, let's go back to our little chart right here, all right? When you got weak men, you got some hard times on the way, all right? When you got strong men do what? Oh, we create the good times. But see, what happens is the good times, oh, okay, we got it too good. We got it too good. Everybody's having fun. It's just like, man, the good times, let them roll. But then you end up with this woman, all right, or this dude, all right? I said woman by accident, but I really meant, yeah. You say this, you end up with this shit. You end up with weak men. And therefore, the hard times are coming. Like, I thought this was also particularly interesting how these two right here are supposed to be Sue Storm and Reed Richards. Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four, all right? Oh, but except in this movie. See, in this movie, Sue Storm is the leader of the team, all right? Sue Storm is the leader. Again, they're trying to push an agenda. We need more women leaders. That's how they're trying to say it. We want more women leading. And so we're going to show that here. Now, Sue Storm can never lead if Reed Richards is a real man. But if Reed Richards is this guy, oh yeah, Sue gonna run this cat. She gonna walk all over this dude and tell him what's what. See, that's the difference, man. You can't have strong men in Hollywood. All right, a strong man is the wrong message. We need to push weakness. It's crazy. He goes on to say this isn't a natural evolution. It is a deliberate manufactured shift designed to rewire cultural expectations. And Pedro Pascal is the delivery system, 100%. All right. They want to weaken men. They want men effeminate. And there's a reason why, again, that people don't necessarily rock with it. And everybody's kind of saying, yeah, this cat is just overexposed. All right. Because he goes against the grain. It is not natural. It is unnatural. There's something unnatural about how they're trying to push this guy on us. And it's like, dude, we ain't feeling this at all. You know, move on to some other actor. I think people would absolutely accept other actors doing what Pedro's doing, like being in everything, if it wasn't Pedro. Like, if this was like old school Wesley Snipes or old school Stallone, I think people would be like, yeah, all right, you know, I like Stallone. He's good. Yeah, put him in more shit, you know. But when it's Pedro Pascal, it's like, you know, this is something not right about it, right? This shit right here, man, this just rubs people the wrong way. People just ain't feeling this whatsoever. And so, yeah, that's the reason why everybody's just like, yeah, it's not natural. I'm not rocking with it. The currency of fragility. Pascal is not portrayed as a strong man. He's sold as a fragile one. The media swoons over how he cries easily, how he laughs loudly, and how his insides are on his outsides. This is now considered aspirational. Again, going right back up to this, all right? How he needs to hold this woman's hand. Otherwise, he might have a nervous breakdown or some shit. Now he needs to lean on this woman, this more strong woman, stronger than him. You know, they're using this dude to prop up all kinds of shit that they believe. Oh, women can be stronger than men. Yeah, let's prop that up, all right? And she's going to girl boss this entire movie out. I bet you better believe it. And Pedro's going to be right there with his nuts in her purse. Like, he is not going to be a strong man at all with Reed Richards. I have no doubt in my mind about it, okay? And yeah, this is now considered aspirational. His masculinity is not something you can rely on, but something you are meant to comfort. Yeah, this bullshit. Look, this ain't going to work, Hollywood, okay? Again, it goes against the grain, and I know Pedro is very popular, you know? Yeah, he's apparently the internet's daddy. There's memes going on all over the place. That's Pedro for you, you know? And it's just not going to work, man. This guy does not exude masculinity. Women as well as men need masculinity. Society needs masculinity. Otherwise, we end up here doing this shit. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. How do y'all feel about this move to push Pedro Pascal as the new face of Hollywood's masculinity? All right, it's no longer big, buff, strong, you know, actors like, you know, Schwarzenegger and Wesley Snipes and Stallone back in the day, Chuck Norris. They talked about John Wayne. Nah, we're not doing that no more, all right? We doing weak, effeminized Pedro Pascal, wearing weird shit all the time, showing up in everything. This is how you need to be. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out too well. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.